You step into your bathroom to feel renewed, the warm water, the scent of soap, the mirror fogging gently. It feels like comfort. But what if that comfort is an illusion? What if the very place designed to refresh your body is quietly exhausting it, molecule by molecule, day after day? I'm Dr. Samuel Hartley, and in my 25 years studying healthy aging, I've learned that toxins don't always come from factories or polluted cities. Some of the most damaging ones come from the rituals we repeat without thinking, the lotion that smells clean, the curtain that waves in the steam, even the makeup or shampoo that promises youth, but slowly steals vitality from our cells. You see, after 60, the body's ability to detoxify changes dramatically. The liver filters more slowly, the skin barrier weakens, and the lungs become more sensitive to microscopic particles. What once felt harmless at 40 can quietly sabotage hormone balance, brain clarity, and immune resilience later in life. But here's the hopeful part. These dangers are reversible. Once you understand the simple biology behind them and make a few precise changes, your body begins to repair itself naturally. Today we'll expose 7 silent dangers in your bathroom, backed by research and clinical experience. Each one explains why energy drops, why hormones feel off, why memory fogs, and how a few minutes of awareness can restore your body's balance. Because healing doesn't begin in a hospital or a supplement bottle. Sometimes it begins where you least expect it, right behind the bathroom door. As we age, something subtle but profound changes within our biology. The body's detoxification network, your liver, kidneys, lungs, and skin, doesn't operate with the same youthful rhythm it once did. Think of it as an orchestra that's slightly out of tune. Each instrument still plays, but the harmony weakens. At the center of this system is the liver, your body's chemical filter. In your 20s, enzymes like cytochrome P450 break down environmental toxins within hours. But by the time you reach 60, enzyme activity can decline by more than 30%. That means chemicals from soaps, sprays, and plastics linger longer in the bloodstream, giving them more time to disrupt hormones or inflame tissue. Then there's the skin barrier, once a resilient wall, now more like a thin cloth. The lipids that protect it diminish with age, making it easier for synthetic compounds like parabens or phthalates to enter the body. Imagine a sponge that's lost its tight weave. What once stayed on the surface now seeps inside. The lungs, too, become more vulnerable. Research from the American Thoracic Society, 2021, found that seniors exposed to aerosolized chemicals, like hair or cleaning sprays, absorb up to twice as many particles deep into the alveoli compared to younger adults. Those particles don't just irritate the lungs. They can enter the bloodstream within minutes. And finally, hormones, the body's internal messengers. Chemicals known as endocrine disruptors mimic natural hormones like estrogen or testosterone. In younger adults, the endocrine system compensates. But in older men and women with natural hormonal decline, these imposters take control more easily, leading to fatigue, mood changes, or even loss of muscle mass. This is why a bathroom toxin that might mean nothing to a 25-year-old can quietly erode vitality in someone over 60. But awareness changes everything. Once you know the mechanism, you gain control. In a moment, we'll uncover the 7 silent dangers hiding in your bathroom and the exact steps to neutralize them safely. 1. Mold, the quiet poison that steals memory. Picture this. A thin black film near the ceiling, maybe behind the shower curtain. You wipe it away, thinking it's just dirt. But inside that darkness, live spores, microscopic seeds that feed on humidity and slowly feed on you. Mold doesn't just make you sneeze. Research from NIH 2020 shows mycotoxins from common bathroom molds trigger inflammation in the hippocampus, the part of the brain that governs memory and emotional balance. Over time, It mimics the same neural swelling seen in mild brain injury. If you've noticed fatigue, forgetfulness, or even mild anxiety after showers, this could be why. Older adults are especially vulnerable because their detox enzyme, glutathione peroxidase, declines with age, leaving those toxins free to circulate longer. But here's what most people don't realize. Once you dry out the air, your body begins to heal itself. Mold dies in dryness. Run a strong exhaust fan after each shower. Crack the window. Clean tiles weekly with white vinegar. Never dry scrub. Within days, you'll notice something small but real. Your air feels lighter. You're breathing easier. Healing often starts not with pills, but with fresh air. 2. Plastic shower curtains, the hormone hijackers. That new plastic smell that fills a hot bathroom isn't cleanliness, it's chemistry. Each whiff carries phthalates and dioxins, two compounds so disruptive that Harvard's Environmental Health Department, 2022, linked them directly to testosterone suppression and thyroid fatigue in adults over 60. These molecules act like counterfeit hormones. They latch on to receptors meant for your own natural messengers and scramble communication. That's why men may feel weaker, or women experience sudden fatigue and temperature shifts. Your liver tries to neutralize these imposters through an enzyme called UDP-glucuronosyltransferase. But aging slows that process. The result? Hormonal confusion that lingers. So here's the simple fix. Retire those vinyl curtains. Choose glass doors or cotton curtains labeled phthalate-free or low VOC. Rinse them in vinegar, dry in sunlight. Let nature sterilize what chemicals can't. You'll smell the difference first, then feel it. Steady energy returning like a tide. Because every breath of clean air is a quiet declaration. My body deserves better. 3. Shampoos with parabens, the silent hormone, impersonators. When you squeeze that bright colored bottle, you're trusting it with your scalp, your bloodstream, and your balance. Yet behind words like smooth, shine, and revive often hide methylparaben or propylparaben, tiny molecules pretending to help. Parabens act like weak estrogens. In a 2021 Journal of Applied Toxicology study, researchers found detectable parabens in the urine of 96% of adults tested. These aren't surface residues. They travel through skin into circulation, reaching the thyroid and reproductive glands. For women, this can mean hot flashes, fluid retention, or mood swings. For men, it often appears as muscle loss, low libido, or morning fatigue, symptoms many chalk up to aging, not chemistry. But here's the truth. Your hormones aren't failing. They're fighting imposters. Switching to paraben-free hair care, those labeled natural preservative or plant-based, gives your body a breather. Within weeks, estrogen and testosterone levels begin to normalize. The scalp, one of the body's most permeable tissues, becomes a gateway not for toxins, but for healing. Each rinse then feels less like washing and more like renewal. 4. Beard products and aftershaves. The fastest route to fatigue. For men, the bathroom ritual is simple. Shave, rinse, scent, go. But your face, rich in capillaries and open pores, is like a sponge to chemistry. Each fragrant oil, each aftershave mist, carries synthetic esters that slip directly into your bloodstream. Studies from Toxicology Reports, 2022, show men using fragranced aftershaves had significantly lower free testosterone and higher markers of oxidative stress. The skin's sebaceous glands, already thinned with age, allow faster absorption. The result? A steady drain on energy and vitality disguised as normal aging. Here's the reframe. Masculinity doesn't need chemicals to smell clean. Pure jojoba, argan, or coconut oil protect skin while supporting its microbiome. Natural soaps, unscented and simple, clean without confusing your hormones. And when you catch your reflection in the mirror, remember, strength never came from scent. It came from balance. 5. Hair sprays and aerosols. The invisible cigarettes. You can't see them, but you breathe them. Aerosols release millions of particles small enough to cross into the bloodstream. Inside them are volatile organic compounds, VOCs, and plasticizers that linger for hours after you leave the bathroom. According to Environmental Health Perspectives, 2023, daily use of aerosol cosmetics can raise indoor chemical levels by 500%, exposing lungs to the equivalent of several unfiltered cigarettes per week. In younger lungs, alveolar macrophages, tiny immune cells, clear the damage. After 60, that defense slows, allowing chronic irritation and silent inflammation that creeps into the heart. But the body is forgiving. Open the window before you spray. Or, better yet, stop spraying. Switch to styling creams or gels that stay where they belong, in your hair, not your lungs. Your breath will lengthen. Your sleep may deepen, because every deep breath is your body whispering, "Thank you." 6. Sunscreen sprays, the thyroid and hairline trap. Sunscreen should protect, yet spray forms often harm invisibly. Oxybenzone and nanoparticle titanium dioxide, commonly used for texture, don't just coat the skin, they drift. You breathe them in. The Endocrine Society, 2022, warned that oxybenzone acts as a thyroid disruptor, altering T3 and T4 hormone conversion, the very process that controls metabolism and body temperature. For women, that imbalance can trigger hair thinning along the forehead, a pattern recently tied to aerosol sunscreen use. For men, it often feels like sluggish metabolism or constant chill. The fix: return to mineral creams. Zinc oxide sits on the skin's surface, reflecting light rather than soaking in. It's safe enough for infants and powerful enough for seniors. Apply it as ritual, not routine. You're not just protecting skin, you're preserving endocrine harmony. Sometimes the purest science is simplicity. 7. Talc-based makeup, the hidden cancer legacy. It's soft, elegant, and deadly quiet. Talc, when contaminated with asbestos fibers, carries no safe exposure limit. Over decades, microscopic fibers can lodge in lungs, ovaries, or lymph nodes. The American Journal of Industrial Medicine, 2020, found asbestos traces in nearly 1/5 of tested cosmetic talc samples. That's not rumor, that's measurement. For women, talc particles migrate through reproductive tissues. For men, fine dust enters airways and irritates pleural tissue. Either path leads to slow inflammation, a fertile ground for disease. But you can change this story. Opt for talc-free mineral powders or cream foundations labeled asbestos-tested or heavy metal-free. Keep brushes clean, lids closed, lungs safe. And perhaps most importantly, remind yourself, beauty isn't about covering. It's about letting light return to the face. Because when you stop feeding the poison, your cells remember what radiance truly is. Each of these dangers shares one thread: invisibility. But so does healing. The same way toxins creep in quietly, renewal works quietly too. Fresh air, clean ingredients, mindful choices. They build momentum the moment you begin. Your bathroom doesn't have to be a battleground. It can become your sanctuary of recovery. When people hear the word detox, they think of juice cleanses or expensive supplements. But in reality, detoxification isn't something you buy. It's something your body was born to do. The problem is, after 60, that rhythm begins to slow. What once flowed effortlessly now needs gentle guidance. Think of your detox system as a river. Over the years, debris builds up: chemical residue, stress hormones, metabolic byproducts. The water still moves, but sluggishly. Your mission isn't to dredge it with force, it's to restore its current. That current begins with the liver, the body's chemical gatekeeper. Its enzymes, especially glutathione S-transferase, neutralize toxins like phthalates and parabens. After midlife, the liver produces less glutathione, so you need to supply its building blocks. Foods like spinach, garlic, turmeric, and cruciferous vegetables feed that enzyme factory. A teaspoon of lemon juice and warm water each morning gently wakes it up. Then comes the skin, the body's second detox organ. Every pore excretes waste, but it can't if it's smothered under synthetic lotions or heavy makeup. Switch to light, plant-based moisturizers. Once or twice a week, use a natural exfoliant, like ground oats or rice powder, to let your skin breathe again. And finally, the lungs. Those invisible sprays you use to breathe, replace them with clean air, morning walks, deep breathing by an open window, or simply laughing more. All expand alveoli and help release stored toxins. It sounds poetic, but it's physiology. Laughter increases oxygen exchange and lowers cortisol, the hormone that slows detox pathways. You don't need to fight your body to heal it. You just need to give it the right rhythm. With every clean breath, every fresh surface, every thoughtful swap, your cells start whispering, "We remember." If you've listened this far, something in you already shifted. Awareness itself is medicine. It's the moment the autopilot breaks, and you begin to see that every choice, even the smallest, writes the story of your future health. Your bathroom isn't the enemy. It's the stage where your body and environment meet every single day. Steam touches lungs, creams touch blood, and fragrance touches hormones. Once you see that connection, the ritual changes meaning. You no longer wash just to get clean. You wash to reset, to honor the system that keeps you alive. I've watched men in their 70s regain strength, focus, and confidence simply by cleaning their air and switching to natural care. I've seen women find calm and energy return once they remove the quiet hormone disruptors from their shelves. It's not magic, it's biology cooperating with intention. If you ever feel overwhelmed, remember this. The body forgives. It rebuilds, cell by cell, every moment you remove what harms it. When you open that bathroom door tomorrow, see it not as a source of danger, but as your new beginning. Because every decision you make there, fresh air instead of spray, glass instead of plastic, purity instead of perfume, isn't just for you. It's for the people who still count on you. For the little ones who look up and think, strength is what granddad or grandma still carries. Your health isn't only your legacy, it's your love in motion. So, take a breath. Wipe the mirror clear, and start this next chapter of your life with something the world can't bottle or sell. Awareness, rhythm, and renewal. Because healing doesn't always shout. Sometimes it begins with the quiet sound of running water and a single conscious choice.